Hey guys, I'm here with Dan, the creative director of Dime Studios, and you guys are showcasing Blockpocalypse, eh?
Yep.
How is it, man? How did you guys come up with the idea?
So in 2015, the game jams, they're these things where like you got a group, 48 hours or a weekend, and you just start to finish make a game from scratch. And January 2015, we did the jam here, the global game jam, and their theme was a phrase, what do we do now? And we straight away thought apocalypses, team working, chaos, that kind of thing. We went into it as a studio team. We wanted to like test ourselves and see if we could make something from scratch and if we could manage scope and that kind of thing. And we also wanted to, off the bat, make a 4-player couch game. Like, they were basically the two things that we went into it with. So we prototyped a platformer where there's bits of debris and blocks and they're different shapes. And we went with the Tetris style shapes because they're familiar. And then we just kept it and stuck with it. So you can check it out as well. It's called The Blockpocalypse. It's from 2015, and then we changed the name around. But at the end of it was a super polished teamwork platformer, and the griefing potential was very, very evident. So we always wanted to make a Steam game. We decided to use that for our like debut into Steam. Previously, we were doing mobile stuff, but we really wanted to like go back to our roots as individual developers.
So how many of you are there in the team?
So there's 3 of us at Dime. I'm the creative director. We've got Niall, who's our tech director, and then Daniel Sun, who has his own game from Sun Studios. He's our art director. So he's got his Armed with Wings stuff, and we got Blockpocalypse here. So we're a small team, and we juggle our own work with contract work, and we try to get out to things like PAX and overseas events and things like that where we can.
Very nice. It's like the indie lifestyle, isn't it? Just juggling everything around, and yeah, so that's not too bad, man. So you guys met each other at 2015, or you were working together before that?
No, we'd worked together before it. So Niall and I went to university together, and then there were some other people from the same course, and we all started Dime after we graduated. And then some of those guys left, and then we knew Sun from his work on Armed with Wings and approached him to do some work for one of our mobile games, and then we just got on well. Like, all 3 of us, we clicked, we were on the same page. When we were talking to him about like our client brief, he was jumping ahead and saying, hey, what if we did this as well? And we're like, well, it's, you know, funny you mention it, it's on the list, right? So we just gelled straight away, and we invited him into the company, and he's been with us since 2013-14. So it's been the 3 of us since then. And with Block, we've been working on it since January 15, so that's 2.5 years now. It's getting there, yeah.
Yeah, it's really good when the team synergizes and you can get things sorted, and it's evident in this game. Like, we just tried it out. Controls are really smooth, and yeah, the art style, and I didn't hear the music too much because everything's going on around us, but it looks about a very well polished game, so very well done.
Thank you. Yeah.
So currently on Steam, is it? Or yeah?
Yeah, so we're on Steam, we're in early access. We launched into early access around this time last year for last PAX, but we only had the one Apocalypse, Fire and Brimstone. Now we've got 3, we've got Zombie and Alien, and they introduce different mechanics, but they still have that same core interaction of picking up blocks, using them to try and progress through the level. So we're going to polish it up a bit. We've got some of that content here at PAX that we're every now and then playtesting and just trying to get an eye on like what we think makes sense but doesn't really make sense. Just playtesting in general. And then we want to push those updates out and start working towards finishing up on early access and then looking at possibly consoles.
Consoles, maybe mobile games as well?
Oh, I don't know about mobile for this, just because it's like, this is born out of our experiences growing up playing split screen Halo and Mario Party and Golden. Like, we grew up on couch games. You go over to your friend's house after school, like 4 or 5 of you, and you just like sit around, play these couch split screen, all on the one console kind of games. So we try to make that kind of experience. So it's something that is like really, really good for the console kind of platform. We understand that it's hard with Steam because not everyone has enough controllers and enough people around and a TV, and it can be a bit of a hassle. But with a PlayStation or an Xbox or a Switch even, you're already in that environment. That's what the consoles are really for. So we think that this kind of game would do well on those platforms.
It's funny you were mentioning like play testing around here, because just having a whole bunch of people in the same space, and I guess that's what the couch game is. It just brings a whole nother social aspect to it, and we were just having fun with random strangers. It just brings everyone together. So yeah, it's a good way to go ahead with things.
Yeah, like expos like PAX, our game, we know it does well. We know games like it do well. Because you're in that environment, there's a lot of excitement. It's the physical factor as well. It's the proximity of being able to like look at the person right next to you and scream at them. Like, why'd you do that? Why are you taking the block? Stop doing that. Or to be that person to be like, ha ha ha, I just threw in lava. Like that's where the dynamics are, and it shows well at expos, and then it's a little bit harder to pitch that over the internet on a video or something like that. So we know what it is. We know where it will hopefully shine. That's the next goal, really.
I think you guys have a really nice product here. It's pretty well polished already. Any other further updates, I reckon it's just going to keep boosting its potential. So very well done. Thanks for your time, Dan. And yeah, boots. Very nice.